would just go in on mid lane. By the farm wall. Quick, and I'm going to play the reserved carry. Things go smoothly, even if I dive a little bit. Kezu's hero, or can you maybe going towards the lane? I don't know if mid one plays.
I think it is probably a safe lane. Timbersaw, it does very, very well. I guess it's Darkseer. Darkseer dual lanes typically, or just Darkseer in general, does very well versus they can really run it mid. But what they could do actually is try and put the Omniate against Darkseer and then against Lone Druid. Or that also, like the Omniate, does very well versus the Lone Druid. Once you're level 5, which is right whenever Lone Druid becomes his it's right whenever you get to your level 3 reactive armor, so it's possible to Zog. Yeah, this is really interesting. I think the way these lanes get set up is like, I think team against the Lone, preferably in a Omni Knight. Darkseer, now this Earth, and then make a lot of heroes kind of just crush each other in lane. Scouting out the lanes early on and making sure they don't rush into the lane, like really important for pull.
If you want to go about getting this in where lanes are consider an early soak into any jungle, do you really have to get observer wards down? Any other, maybe limit the guesswork and make it.
I think both of those are likely. I think they may anti-P spirits or heroes that just get out there like fast. I think it'll happen at about the same time. We'll see. Probably they getting fancy. They'll like run to their right there.
Radiant team.
We'll have to see what they go for, but I think the laning setup is very, very important.
Winter Wyvern. Team Secrets turn to pick.
Good gap closer onto the Lone Druid.
Yeah, they have the Omni Knight as well.
Basically.
You don't. It's a pretty decent hero versus his series swipe charges don't deplete. He's hitting when he's
10 seconds.
Or sorry. But you still just sit there and swing forever and ever and ever. It's a hero that Ursa on and burst. That hero not have the kind of gold intake or to get an MKB.
Reserve time.
Also a hero that mid one will play. But they're one of the few teams. Back in the day, they do like bottle. They do the interesting strats to try and make the PA work. So I think.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
talked about. So I don't think it's like the best Winter Wyvern game. If Timbersaw as well, a hero that's pretty good against Winter Wyvern because he's obviously home magical damage. Down. I think it is actually going to be mid 1.
We do see the smoke out team. Goes up, going off lane. Very early ward, while Puppy. They didn't hear through the back and maybe. Wanderers. A nice ward placement.
I don't think there's anything specific. They also TP bottom, so getting a ward in full. Timbersaw, and they expect it to be mid. And you run like a week for an Omni Knight, kind of like on. I think NIP are getting the lanes. Matchup. Nothing you can do. It's not as bad in mid as the other side, or as in the side lane, because the lane is obviously shorter, so you can pull aggro a little bit more, get into the tower, less harass, and then once you get like level 5 or so, the Furious Vibes do a little bit less damage, or physical damage. So, alright, now he's moving up the top lane. Yeah, I think they're just they're scouting things out they don't want up against the Earth.
The option was I use my my middle mouse to like move my camera around, trying to edge pan. Like, I don't know, I've got a mental block against it. Done. The Trixie Dogs here, Syndrin over on the Sand King, that's about needs to levels up. Moving Sand King, you either need to have the action go your way or back and farm. But it's gone boots first. They're moving away. Era's bounty route. It's well. Swaps again.
Alright, so Dorks. This is basically the optimal lanes, I think. Keeper is up against Timbersaw will be bottom against the Winter Wyvern and Darkseer. Well, it's not the greatest. You don't really want to be against the Winter Wyvern, so I guess they would probably the optimal would be Omni Knights against the Darkseer lane and Timbersaw. Against the Longer, at the very least. Against the Earth, we'll have like a half start.
Brent might be in trouble already. Maledict from Poppy, empty attacks up high ground. First strikes back. Safety of his tier 1. Already his first action of the game basically comes to almost nothing. A bit of mana expenditure be annoying, but just sticking around mid. A decent waves in his first couple of minutes. Is there anything you want to be wary of as this Weaver? You know, getting your lane doubled up onto your tier 1, is that going to be annoying? Or just going to be freeze the lane?
I think I don't think you care too much. Although I think something starting here is very, very good. Despite Weaver being obviously a very mobile hero, he has a super long cooldown level 1. Can get punished by this Ursa. He goes with some very swipes, maybe misuses first. He even gets zoned out of lane pretty easily, as the Torment shield looks up so much damage. I think it's really good. The Cinderin starting here, they almost always did bring you some shenanigans, don't let the mid have a free time, and quite a bit, so start the sinking here, and they mirror that and start the slaughter there. So I think that's pretty nice to make sure this mirror doesn't like has like level 4, level 5 is going.
Now that Observer Ward that Puppy placed down already paying off, sees Syndrin rotate across, knows that he's heading towards bottom. Puppy strikes in, got Invis route for himself, but Rush will not land on him. This is one of the troubles, right, with that support Sanking. Making unredundant actions. So far, Cindy kind of poked his head mid, thought maybe I can go in here, get some harass down. With his Invis rune, eventually has bottom where mid one's Timbersaw popping up back up to full, but Trixie has no mana left. Tango or anything, still just hanging around waiting near this tier 1 tower to look for a gun.
He has the soul. Oh, I think he meant to buy it his stage pass at the side shop and then bought it at base. We won't actually have the soul ring. That's a pretty big deal. I think if he had the iron shell, there's no instant. Yeah.
One might walk this one off. Strike comes through from Sims, but here comes the Witch God to slow things down again. Sims stunned up in mid one. He turns to fight with the Malik down. The Sturk up Sanching and get him away, but not far enough. Mid one gets your first blood with a whirling death. That soul ring misplay, not selling at the same as massive times to snatch back in base. Like it came back to haunt them.
Yeah, that makes a pretty huge difference. And they had to use the quarter mid as well. It was getting. Well, it's gonna be a long time for ion shell. It's gonna be like an minute and a half where he has no ion shells down bottom. And they give a lot of free space for him to get up his own soul ring. Actually, he doesn't have the key.
Who's gonna get gone on quick, but now decides to go for right clicks. Purification, I suppose. One point up in that repel for the Omni Knight. Okay for now is Era. He under that tier 1 tower, but also wants himself back up. He's got 3 stacks of Fury Swipes over on him, so he'll go back in for bottom lane. Syndra cast up and stunned. He might be able to get the burst back down onto mid 1 for the damage resistant there. Finally has to retreat. Trixie's clarity gets cancelled in the heat of it all. Keep diving though. Have enough patience.
Yeah. Really nice from Connie there, actually, converting and solving Trixie. So they didn't have that extra regen there. They hit back to base. Bot lane was pretty disastrous. At the very least, they had that regen, so able to heal on back up, and it's not the biggest. Connie has gotten up to top lane. I mean, Quickfa has gotten his level 5 up top lane, so start to shift to his favor pretty heavily. He was a little bit ahead of the Omni Knight, but not anything really significant. But now that he has the Tangle, Clark just slowly chip down this Omni Knight. Already out of regen, doesn't have his arcane move yet. So he may start to feel the pain as he's just harassing him, hitting him with his spear. Hasn't gotten any root yet, but Lone Druid having a pretty free time top in the lane is right back by his tower, so he's not really gankable right now either.
Yeah, this opens things up, it feels. He runes his level 3. Everything from under NIP. Well, Myla dies. They did shrine up 50 seconds ago. Moving towards mid lane Era, he poked his head over the top of that ramp here. Comes the caster, stuns from Puppy, catches him with a nice fire strike. Turns around to Era now, swipes down MP, one more hit. Will find the kill. Now Puppy might be in trouble as well. Sin has another burst strike up in 2 seconds time, and I think the death of the Slardar. 2 more hits, quite enough damage there for Syndra. Nice tower on right. Arnie suddenly comes in with a double kill and keeps himself alive at the same time. Poikva, look at that, kills up here, so you were talking about that timing. Poikva is now level 7.
Yeah, they're doing super well in the lane. So we talked about how like the lane are like really important, making sure that Secret doesn't unfavorable matchups, but the lanes were pretty good. They weren't amazing. MP actually not going for the point in Swarm, so actually going for the 3 a lot. So they didn't have the bugs for that little skirmish there. I guess getting the second point in shooter at the attack for a little bit more harass with the Ursa. Live there, they turn around the kills, not quite getting the kill top. Again, MP quite happy with how the lanes are going right now. You can see they really want to play around this Weaver. He's the hero they want to snowball this game that they need to enable, because he's really the only one they can do with this Lone Druid. You know, obviously you have a Slaughter who's going to get a blink eventually, but you've got a Timbersaw who's a fairly greedy core, Omni Knight who's not really come around too much. And so if Secret is in the position, they can just like 5-man down these. I think they're going to have gold issues on the Slaughter. He's not going to get timing, and Weaver having the greatest times either. So I think NIP pretty happy with what he's doing.
So at what point does Secret consider, switching these lanes? Maybe sending KZ down to bot lane, putting in, putting Weaver up on the safe lane, where perhaps with help of one support, which not to, maybe even skill up with those moves. Well, Weaver won't have that opportunity apparently, because he just absolutely awesome. Syndra again, looking at his movements for the first 2 minutes or so, wasn't really great. Burn a bit of mana out of Secret, but kind of hesitant with where he wanted to go, but the past 3 or 4 minutes, he on the money every single time looking for these.
Yeah, the Weaver goes down again. That has his boots now from base. I think sort of the one like bright spot for Seekers that mid one is having a pretty decent time down bottom. Darkseer's kind of meh on the farm right now. This is think he's actually good. Something we saw originally whenever Darkseer was getting really popular when we sort of saw it fall off again because they're actually going in. Hold on.
Great turn. Big one. Brings the chain away. MP took a crown from Swarm and a time lapse. And gets out of the range of Cinder and stunned now with a Swarm turnaround. Cinder looks like he's gonna die here. Drops to MP. I'm gonna go in for hard hiding away in the team. Looks up for the break and 12 snake charges. There's no TP rotations coming in. There's no one to save him. He's left alone with his own devices. Ends up with one TP but cancelled immediately as they realise Hans is dead. Have a chance to survive.
Yeah, this is a nice rotation for NP. Going down here and like bringing down this Darkseer is really the only lane they can rotate to. Lone Druid is in the position, so they can't really do that much to really up here. 550 basically whenever he pops his face. Hard to bring him down. He down here, bringing a lot of heroes here as well. It's very nice rotations from here, especially MP, and sort of bringing back some of the early kills that NP had gotten, and NP really wants to be in a position where they're like continuing to get these kills over and over again. Tanking, they have an Ursa, they have a Darkseer. It's very running U lineup. They want to get a lot of kills early on. They want to wall, but its cores are very mobile besides the Omni Knight. First off, it's definitely not easy to bring down these heroes once they get some items.
Back to Helm of the Dominator. I think the first time I saw it in a comp game was SS a while back, and we were in awe. Honestly, it was absolutely amazing to watch the vacuum into. What's the reason do you think that this kind of fell off and people's back to arcades?
I think it's sort of gimmicky. It makes your hero very, very one-dimensional. You're not getting that vacuum stomp, and it's a lot of waste, a lot of mech. And then you're not 5-man strength, which is like Darkseer is all about, just running around together with the Iron Pass. He KS you down bottom and then up the top lane, so.
There has been a maledict on him there when the purification hit. Likely to be dead, but yeah, there's the lane swap. Didn't though. I think now he's got the time lapse, he's got a bit more freedom as well.
I'm actually kind of surprised they'll do the lane swap after that much time. You think? I thought they were gonna do it all. They do a little. The Omni Knight being down here is very, very well. Whereas the Darkseer obviously needs something killed it. Instantly and actually pressure the tower a little bit. The Lone Druid can't pressure him at all now that he's has level 4 and reaction up stand under the tower. Can't really be done to him, and so he can. His Lone Druid is just sitting up here and free farming. I like this decision quite a bit because the Lone Druid is really the only hero that is just sitting here getting free farm. Ursa, I don't think Seeker can they have plenty of ways to kite him. There's a Weaver and a Timber Saw. Can be usually good versus Timber Saw, but that's done in lane. You're not getting that lane matchup. These very mobile cores in the Ursa have a hard time bringing down, especially whenever you're healing.
This Guardian Angel he's up against as well, which is pretty sickening when you're playing an Ursa. Might think about a few to play the bottom lane. They started with a Crush and the case finishes with a Purification. Look for more here as Irrit's in. Tanking Synderen looks for the go, but MP time lapse is backing away from the tier 1. They catch, they kill, they evacuate. Like successfully, stands around and Synderen. He is going in apparently, I'm not sure why. Shed some insight onto Synderen for a strike there.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
He just wants to cast the spells. He's got the itchy trigger finger.
Yeah, Quick actually has a Deso. He went phase Deso, so I guess he gives them a little bit more physical damage to synergize a nice thing.
Can he kill this one hit? An angle, maybe?
Kind of unlikely. He was just starting to build up the stack, so now he's up to 4. Vixen, not really down, I don't think. It sort of deters Min1 from playing really aggressive with this top lane, but yeah, it's a more early game centric item, I guess. It lets them actually bring down these towers at a pretty decent clip. But it doesn't have the Dragon Lance, doesn't have that Melson, farm a little bit slower. And it's kind of unusual. Look how it pans out, but I think he may fall behind a decent amount on farm whenever I does go poorly. You have an item that you die whenever you want to fight non-stop, and you're not winning these items, winning these fights whenever you go Decimal first. That Lone Druid is not really a super fast farmer with nothing else.
Ray goes through that. I just see this right now with Arcane's mech. Try to compare him to the Darks here. Yes, far behind. Relative terms of Synderen. Michael Paladin 3. Looks like.
Alright. I think that lane swap was just absolutely massive. It was good play. The Seekers were fit till just the right time. They kept the Timbersaw down bottom until he got his level 4 reactive armor. Then he comes up top and Amiyak goes down bottom and they take the tower. The Timbersaw can't really bring down these lanes fast enough, whereas the Omni kill the creep waves instantly with the heal. Kill the unchill creeps and actually can power a decent amount. You're not able to bring him down bottom. So Viper's kind of sitting down there. He is not able to do anything.
You really want to point him, but he turns around and gives one to Twilight Eye. He's got it done for it, but it's goes to Hani. Holds one in place for now, but I think Hani got him. No, not Weaver. Doesn't want to commit. Synderen's around. And Dharma's alive for this fight as well. Like it could be a good start for Pokemon. Low on mana, but he still has damage roar, I think, ready up to go in too far. But Witch Doctor again is the casualty.
Yeah, nothing gained, but NIP rotating all these heroes down here, not really getting anything out of it. And even his Ursa really wants stuff happening. Just get the Blink Dagger. And it's not a hero you just want to sit around and farm on. Whereas Seeker, they have this Timbersaw, they have a Weaver, heroes that are going to scale a lot better than and Ursa. Gonna have, like we talked about, a very, very hard time bringing down heroes. If he's not absolutely crushing his lane and taking this Lone Druid head really early on, taking the Blink Dagger off these Darks are getting ahead, then they're gonna start falling behind, and they're not gonna be able to take these fights. We saw it down bottom a little bit earlier. Whenever Tier 1, they were just pulling them all around multiple. But they just hurt them around in these fights, and NIP has a really, really hard time doing it.
It's only going to get worse when Puppy gets his Blink. His Dagger and again, these kind of one-to-one comparisons shown up in the grand scheme of things don't line up, but you compare him to Synderen tanking, he is a long way away from his nope, just and given a lot more kind of space and room to Koikru on this, but touched on the Desolator pick, and I was meant to kind of give him that tempo play and these skills with power pushing. Does the Desolator buy enough time for Sind and Hunt?
I don't know if it's so much buying time, but them just trying to hit the time where they're just like 5-manning, like really, really early on, because I think they realize that they're sort of on a timer. If they aren't making stuff happen, then the game's gonna get pretty difficult pretty fast, because Dire's heroes are so mobile. So I think it was sort of an effort to power hold together. There's a little bit of push on, so let's pull there, and maybe try and take the mid on off of that. They're actually wrapping on quite up top, pushing up pretty far down here.
The base is there. I think it's the crush on Spirit Baron. Savage Roy then tangles Puppy on the way through, but he's down. On the Radiant jungle, MP spots now. Yeah, any kind of skirmish over on the side of the map. Ion shelled up, Gold throws a little pebble at MP.
Yeah, I think the Darks are going for the HOD. Or it seems like some of their items are maybe not really synced up by going down mid. I think if they're going to be going for this sort of a super early 5-man try and take all these towers, you maybe go for a mech instead of this HOD. On HOD, more of like an item that helps you like split around the map. It gives you some decent team fight, like the Centaur Stomp, but I don't think he actually found the Centaur. Just has this Mud Golem currently.
Not had the best choice. But Paladin dying mid, he he bought his Ghost Scepter just before dying, so I think...
Oh, he already has a Ghost
Yeah,
Scepter? Wow.
he went brown for his Ghost Scepter, so I think he's fine. I think he's totally fine dying mid, knowing the security of Grave, he got his item in the end.
Yeah, I really like that highlight die. And Ursa and Laundry Escalator, they really only have physical damage.
He's the only one that's really been dying, right? One that's getting focused down 3. Ghost Scepter he can maybe now get. You know, the Maledicts, looking at Maledicts actually, you know, he went for the first point to annoy Synderen at that top root spot, get a bit of damage down. Minor points to do the...
I think you may get a value point here. I don't think it really does too. Cores, the heal isn't really useful for that. You're not really skilling heal up for yourself, as he is like really pro that the Laundry and the Ursa are going to be talking about. So if they're trying to focus him, then he's not really going to be standing next to his cores healing up long drawn out fights, pushes that one through the restoration, really like hold. Ursa leaves. They're not going to be doing damage. They're not going to do something going back in and just take towers. It's very much about going in and out, jumping around and get the slaughter. We're very mobile heroes.
I guess if you've got a walking fountain in the office, you don't really need to do anything. Arcane's mech. All Solar Crest done, actually. He throws that Solar Crest on. Anyone really of his team throws turn it back around or something. Good opportunities. Synderen is 15 gold away from the dagger. Probably revealed first. Those in. Poison out the door. No. Hell. In one, they turn back with the Winter's Curse and they kill off Druid. The chase continues though. They have managed to save this. Cancel the TP. Hunt is gone. He's out. Like the rest of it, I think he might be safe to get away as well. Synderen completes his TP in error. Nope. Oh.
They're going to reduce that problem a little bit. Mid-1 picks up the Yule Scepter. Really nice, gives them a little bit more catch, a little bit more kiting potential as well. More ways to keep this hitting team points. They're becoming bigger and bigger problem. Error goes for faster, try and fix that problem a little bit, but they only do so much. You know, complementing and trying to fix your heroes' strengths between. And he has the fast that can maybe bring down the Witch Doctor, but it's only a Witch Doctor. As long as he's getting his cask off, that's his job. That hero really just needs cast. And it's kind of a game.
Throw your one stun, just get it out there. MP, Dragonlance, Maelstrom, Arrow. They got in there for a regen room.
Kalau squad ke dalam. Kalau saya squad tadi ke dalam.
Kalau squad aku dalam luar sana. Aku di luar.
Duduk di luar mana?
Di luar kan? Kan aku tidur.
His kind of idle aggression. Also doesn't have any real defense anymore. I feel like the longer this game goes on, it's going to come maybe a big vacuum with just curse or combo plays. Then they're the ones that kind of set up and enable the Earth to switch.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's going to be doing that much damage. Once Timbersaw gets an armor, fighting potential. Once he, he's about to buy the plate map, that just makes him so tanky with the Zaxxas.